I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on It. Welcome to Speak on It. I'm welcome to Speak on It. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With, Kurt, dog. Welcome to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, dog. I'm Who You With, Kurt, dog. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Hopefully y'all having a great day today. Hopefully you have one also. Want to welcome everyone on the show on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, Twitch. D Live is always in the house. And also, if you are on my personal Facebook page, please take the time to go over to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, dog, and be a part of the show. Well, we knew eventually it was going to happen. A lot of people say all the time that it's not about if we're going to catch the virus, it's about when we catch it. Well, Greg Abbott number came up today. So I have a question to ask. Do you think Greg Abbott will make a mask mandate after testing positive? Let me know how you feel about it, because I just I just watched the video that he put out, explaining that he did test positive, and he did admit he was fully vaccinated, which is my first time hearing him say he was fully vaccinated, because most of their supporters don't think they've taken the vaccine, and so it came out he was fully vaccinated and test positive. Now the thing is, we know that it's a good chance, even though you have the vaccine, you can still test positive for COVID, and he admit he get tested every day. But my question is for Greg, are you going to make a mask mandate now? Because the numbers are continue to go up all across this world. So are you going to make a mask mandate now? Or are you going to be like Mr. I don't care and say it's not all that important? It's just like the flu. Even though he's saying he's not having no symptoms of it, but he did test positive. Well, why don't we protect everyone? You had the power, just like Trump had the power, to be honest with people and say, hey, we need to protect ourselves and put a mask on. Now, if you are on my personal Facebook page, please take the time out, go over to Speak on It with Who You With, Kurt, though. The name of the podcast page is at the bottom of the screen. Just type it in just like it is, and then you could chat live with us, and I can read your comments and put them up on the screen also. So please take the time to do that. I do want to know how you feel about it. um, with Greg Abbott, who really do not care about none of us for the simple fact he want our kids to go to school with no mask. He don't want no one to put out a mask mandate. And he put this order in place, refused to budge on it with all the people that is going up against him and saying, hey, no, this is not going to work. And then the Texas Supreme Court, who is full of Republicans, sided with him the other day that uh, you cannot go against his order. So I'm just kind of curious, how do you feel about it? Because the thing is, with what's going on and what we're seeing in America, unfortunately, a lot of these cities that are being affected quite a bit are Republican cities. And the ones that refuse to put out a mask mandate are Republican, kind of like the governor of Florida. He refused to do it. But at the same time, I believe it came out that a school district in Florida had over 5,000 cases um, of COVID that just recently hit. So, but these so-called leaders are not doing their part, and not doing their part in taking care of their people because they want to get reelected. So the question is, welcome to the show, LAL. Um, I see you in the chat. I appreciate it. First time seeing you here. Definitely take the time out, like, share, and click the notification, subscribe since you are on YouTube. And we are live. You can live chat with us, but we do have a couple of house rules. Be respectful. The main one. Come with facts, no conspiracy. And also, if you decide to call in, definitely be respectful on the phone and do not block your number. You block your number, I will not answer. So, um, but yeah, uh, just like Arkansas governor, when that school district was hit with over 700 cases right after they opened. He come on the news saying, "I wish it wasn't a mask mandate. I wish it was a mask mandate." And I'm like, "You the one that made it. So why not change your order?" Sound like to me they got together and just said, "Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that." But here's the biggest key to it. Each one of them get tested every day. Now with Greg Abbott, I told y'all last week, I seen him at a big event. He was playing the violin, or somebody was showing him how to play the violin, no mask or anything. Had a whole bunch of folks there. Okay, that was one event. Just last night, um, he had a big event up in Collin County. Said it was standing room only. Let's go for 2022. Um, so he's trying to get reelected. That's the reason why he's putting out all these orders to benefit certain group of folks. He's not a real governor for all of us in Texas. He's only partial government because he don't worry about everybody who's not supporting him. And then you also have today, 3 hours before it came out, that he test positive. If you're from Texas, you know Stevie Ray Vaughan, the artist that was from Dallas that was killed years ago, I believe in a plane crash. Well, he was taking a picture with his brother 3 hours before this came out with no mask. So the thing is, look at all the traces that they have to go back and figure out where it came from. All those people that was there with him, shaking his hand, doing this, doing that, were Greg. Um, you should know better. I've only seen you wear a mask a couple of times. But the latest events that you've been coming out with, you don't wear them. You feel like you're invisible. I've said many of times, and many other people have said it. This disease, this virus, do not discriminate. It don't care who you are, what position you are, or anything else. At some point, you will get it, and your number just came up. So, and let me clear this up real quick. For the ones that been sending me message all week, I appreciate them. I really do appreciate them. But the last one, like I told you, it's up to you if you want to wear a mask or not. That's your choice. But you know the consequences if you wear it or if you don't wear it. Greg knew the consequences, but he felt like he was invisible. It would not affect him. Kind of like Trump. Trump felt like he was untouchable. Nothing would affect him. But then when he had to go over to Walter Reed Hospital and they had to give him all that vaccine and dope him up to keep him alive, um, he- and he still came out and lied about it. But then I think it was a comedian came out not too long ago um, talking about that was uh, said they had to revive Trump. I don't know if that was true. I wasn't there, but this is what a comedian said. Said he was coded several times doing it, but I don't know. Allegedly, I will say allegedly. So, welcome to the show, all aboard. Thank you for tuning in and always being a part of the show. Said that was a fast turnaround. Yes, it was. It was. God do not like ugly. And unfortunately, Greg have done a lot of things, putting a lot of people at risk with our kids. Our kids. When the doctors and hospitals are saying the virus is affecting young folks the most, the ones that are unvaccinated, but you want to sign an executive order to say no mask in schools. Well, shout out to DISD because they said, look, we don't care if it's an order or not. We're going to wear a mask. We'll just pay the fine. If a fine come along, we'll just pay it. Our goal is to protect our kids. Our goal is to protect our staff. And please don't get it twisted because I've heard the ISD, some schools just started back yesterday. And within the first 2 days, allegedly a lot of kids had to be sent home for testing positive or having symptoms. So the thing is, you saying you're a patriot and all of this. If you are, get on the team to let's cure this virus. Um, so let's do that. But instead, you still want to do the same thing. That's why you're about to lose your job. Because we're going to vote you out next year. You got to go. You and the other two stooges have to go too. Someone said, well, um, is it a way y'all can impeach him? Mm, yeah, but the clowns behind him ain't no better. By the time it happened, his time will be up. And then we really don't want any of those other clowns to take his position. Cause they just like him. So yeah, it's definitely um wish we had more time and wish we had some people behind him that we could trust, but unfortunately we don't. Dan Patrick is not a good candidate. He's the one that said he will pay $1 million for anybody to prove it was fraud within the election. So how would that work out? That ain't gonna work out. So yeah, we don't have nobody that can step up in that position that would do the right thing. And that's why a lot of them are gonna lose their job next year. On the board said he is high risk for complication due to COVID. Yeah, um, because I don't know his medical history, but we understand that he did get injured. Um, but at the same time, with that, it could affect him much differently. So it's a high risk. And to be honest with you, we're all at a high risk because people don't want to do what they should do, and that's protecting themselves and protecting people they're around. I know the mask ain't good. I don't like it. But I prefer to wear a mask over a ventilator any day. Um, let's hope it's no worse than the flu for him. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just say, look, whatever God feel that is fit. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but whatever God feel that is fit. Welcome to the show. Marcella said, hey, hey, it's the People Show. Welcome to the show. Thank you for always tuning in, supporting the show. Um, all aboard trying to get on you early. Hey, Marcella, y'all know it's 2 days away. That's all I'm gonna say. It's 2 days away. But yeah. Oh, we got a call from New York. Hold on real quick.
Call from Peter. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Speak on it.
Hello.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Doing good. What's your name again?
My name's Peter.
Peter, how you doing? Welcome to the show. First time calling in. Thank you for tuning
That's
in.
me, yes. I'm wondering how you're thinking about Friday, how the big return.
Oh, you talking about Trump?
No, not Trump. I'm talking about the best in the world, baby.
Okay, help me out because I'm kind of lost. What you mean the best in the world?
I'm talking about the voice of the voiceless.
Okay, come on with it. Listen in the phone, not on the computer. You there? All right then, Peter. I appreciate you calling. Woo! One of those nights tonight. um, that's why I say all aboard. Whatever God does is good, as they say. Yep. Um, hey, all aboard. How are you? I see you. Let me see if I can get this person I had to block list. Okay, that person is gone. So uh, I'm just like this. Yeah, that kind of threw me off guard too. Uh, he said the best of the best, but he didn't say what it was. I don't know if hold on real quick. Hold on. Okay.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Speak on it.
What's up? This is Big Boy from Dallas, man. This is Big Mel. What's going on, Kurt?
What's going on, Mel? Welcome to the show. Thank you for calling in.
All right. Well, I'm calling to speak on this issue, speak on this governor here. It's so hard to believe these guys are so desperate to stay in office. You remember Trump got sick. We didn't really believe he really got sick. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
He got all the attention he wanted again. You know, he almost won this race. He was stupid. This guy right here, he's following the Trump blueprint. He want all the smoke. He's getting it right now. The whole country's talking about him.
Exactly.
He got aspirations to run for president. It's perfect for him. Same thing. He's asymptomatic. He got no issues. He's good because he had the shot. Shot just make it to where when he's talking about, you know, why get the shot or whatever, like you still get it. Well, they call it outliers. You can still get it, but what it do is make the disease milder for you, be like a cold.
Kind of like
Instead
a cold.
On the respirator or something like that. That old man right there, he got some internal issues because he's been suppressed like that so long. But when he took this shot, it took the virus down. The percentage is way down. So you can get it, but you won't get real sick. Look at Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is like 77 years old. Nothing happened to him. So the shot is a sedative, is what it is. It's a base that virus, you know.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And also, go ahead, finish your point. Go ahead.
Well, that's just my point that this could be a ploy. You don't know what to believe with this man here. He's desperate, man. Because if the Democrats can get Matthew McConaughey to get on this ticket, and he's right there, because Hollywood ain't never going to be the same. I think he's kind of tired of it. Being Hollywood, I think he got a chance to get Matthew McConaughey to run for governor. He's going to win that thing then. He'll turn this thing blue. We already got Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth. All the major cities in Texas are Democrats. So you bring somebody like Matthew McConaughey and go pull all those boys out of the woods and come and vote for him.
Well, I would definitely like to know where Matt stand at on his political views, because he really haven't said a whole bunch. I know he's a Democrat, but I want to know what can he do for the state of Texas, because we need a good leader that can replace all this mess that is going on, that been going on for over 20 years with the Republicans in Texas.
Well, I think he got a good opportunity because he's thinking outside the box. It's like this last guy, he was an asshole. You know, excuse my language.
No, it's open show.
But he came from outside the system, so you know he got stuff done. It was a lot. When it came to money, he was on point. Like he knows this guy right here is coming from the outside. I think we need a new kind of person. I don't think a politician would be good because all we do is get together every 2 years and spend some money, and that's our government. They don't do nothing else.
Exactly.
They, pass some bad laws, but you got a governor that will say, "No, we ain't doing this," and bam, he can stop.
Exactly.
But you got to change the governor out, man. We got to change the governor out. This guy right here is desperate to win because he wants to be president.
And that's why
vice president.
Exactly. That's why I vote. So I talk about us getting out and vote, not just for the presidential election, but all elections, because we can influence all our laws here in Texas if we vote every election.
I'll tell you what, this midterm is going to be painful if we don't vote this time. The Republicans take over the Senate again. The United States Senate again. They're right there. And if we don't lose, we'll come out and vote in Texas, because we don't. The Democrats don't vote during the midterm election, the middle term election. They don't.
True.
So that's the problem right now. Republicans, this is a blood sport to them. They're going to vote. They'll vote through an ice storm, through rain and snow. Hey, it's going to rain. Hey, it's a different ballgame for us. These people are serious about voting. That Donald Trump got over 200 judges pushed through. Mitch McConnell, what his name is?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. That's the most prolific senator leader ever. He's got the most. He got 250 judges crammed through in that 4 years, man.
Exactly.
And they're all young in their 40s. These are conservatives. They're going to be on our benches and on the circuit court for the next 40 years. This is a long game for them. He plays short game. They play long, man.
Exactly. So I hate to say it, but it just I knew it was a matter of time before Greg Abbott did catch the virus, and then looking at um, his Twitter page because I do follow him. I don't
Mhm.
support him, but sometimes you got to see what they talking about. So
Oh yeah, gotta keep that on the internet.
exactly. So he
Yeah.
did a thing last week where he was at some big function or something, playing a violin or trying to learn how to play the violin or something. And he did a big thing last night in Collin County, saying it was standing
Mhm.
room only. And then he got
Right.
with Stevie Ray Vaughan brother today and took a picture.
I saw that, and I heard you say that. I saw that. Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother is he's a like local icon too. You got
Yes,
him all up on this man here. I mean, he's a living legacy of his brother, and he got him all up on it to take this man's life.
mm,
I mean, what a dangerous situation we're in. Right? I don't know what's going to happen, brother, but something's got to give here
exactly.
soon
It have to give.
because I'm vaccinated, my man.
I'm
And
vaccinated.
I knew when we got the shot that there was going to be another shot. But, you know, when the drug dealers get the power, brother, you don't let it go. 2 shots, really?
Yeah.
He's coming back for it.
Now,
These are drug dealers, man. Johnson & Johnson and Moderna and Pfizer. They're drug dealers. They're about to come back. We're going to
now,
have to get a shot every year like the flu shot from this. I guarantee it. Every year we're going to get one of these shots like the flu shots.
now, I also heard that Greg Abbott had already had a booster shot, his third shot.
Oh, yeah, well, he may be immunity compromised because of the issues. So he can always he probably will never be able to stop forgiveness, so he'll be able to fight it. That's what this thing is about. They ain't gonna kill it. It's a virus. They ain't gonna kill it. We're gonna control it. And
Yeah.
the human body gonna beat it down eventually. That's what it is. You know, we'll figure it out our own body figure it out over time if we stay alive.
That's what we have to do. Try to stay alive. You got to do what you have to do and protect yourself because I know me personally, and I don't know if anybody you know personally that have had the virus, survive, or anything like that. But I know several people right now that either had it or they fighting it right now as we speak. So, and these are people close to me. And the thing is, we in dark times right now because we don't know nothing about this virus.
Hey, you know what? We all laugh at the conspiracy theorists and say that population control is real or not real. It's right here, the survival of the fittest disease.
Exactly.
You sick, and you old, or you obese, or whatever we call bad, you know, they're dragging the society down or something. You sick, so you're dragging down society. You're old, we don't need you no more. You're obese, something wrong with you, forget that, right? We look down all of them and those are the ones that are dying from this disease. And now, like the old days, like the Pharaoh days, they call this disease coming for the babies next.
That's what it's doing now. A lot of young folks
It's
are
coming
getting
for the
it.
babies, you know?
Now, Melvin, I know you said you from Dallas. What part of Dallas you from?
Well, I'm from Dallas proper, man. I was raised up in the projects, a little boy right there in North Dallas.
Oh, okay.
North Dallas projects. So we moved. My family finally got a house and moved to East Dallas, baby. East Dallas proper, right there, out there in Dawson Road.
Okay, East Dallas up in the house.
That's right, bro.
Yeah, I spent some time over there myself. So East Dallas is in the house. Well, I sure appreciate you calling in and continue to listen and tell other people about us because we're about to do some big things coming up in the future. But we're gonna keep this thing going. I know when Trump got sick, I was saying that I hope he survived. He come out as a different man. Now I'm to the point. This stupidity is whatever God decide to do. It's not for me to. It's not for me to say, or I'm not gonna wish anything bad on nobody. But we have to be smart. We have to be. And
Yeah,
that's
man.
all to
These
it.
people are bringing out the fight in everybody. We're not the fighters that they think we are. We don't want no trouble. We just want to live and have a good time and enjoy life. But they make it us come out of our shell, man. Black people ain't never been evil trying to hope somebody die. They got us there now. We was hoping Trump died. We hoping this dude died. That's where they got us at now. They almost got us in a self-defense mode. And that's not the way to live, but they're making it like that. That's not good because, Kurt, I don't know if I know you're going to talk about it. In 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, we're going to have everybody on the streets of Texas carrying a gun if they want to, legally. With all this heat, all this friction going on. We about to be armed to the teeth, legally.
That was one of the dumbest thing he could have signed.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, just because you're able to purchase a gun, it do not mean you should carry one. Because mentally, everybody is not mentally stable to carry a gun.
It's not a good policy without training. Because you respect the gun if you train with that gun one time, like, man, they're going to teach you about it, like, wow, really, yeah. The power you got in that thing like that, because you just hold it like you're on New York undercover and shoot a 45 at an angle. It's going to keep moving. Then listen to dude, and whoever next to him.
Yeah.
Bad thing, man. I like, but it's like good and bad, though. But I know you understand where I'm coming from. I know that's still here to say. But I'm just saying, the positive side to it is, think about our grandfathers, man. Our great-grandfather who just wish I could just carry a gun. I wish that these crackers are all over me if I could just carry a gun so they can roll up on us anytime and punk up.
Yeah.
Take someone and hang us, take us home and rape our wife, whatever they want to do, but no more of that, bro. Today, nobody can put their hands on you and try to take you from somebody, man, without feeling a chance you could die.
Exactly. See,
this is the first time ever the black man have ever been protected since we've been here, man.
Well, I know personally, back in the 70s, a lot of people used to have guns hanging up on the wall like pictures. So it was, and as a child, we knew we didn't go around that gun. We better not even look at it too long.
Yeah.
Because if we did, we got towed up. Welcome to the show, T-Cal. Thank you for always supporting. But yeah, that's going to be a dangerous law. I know Memphis, Tennessee had actually started that law in July. I believe it went into effect in July. I don't know what type of numbers they've been having, but Memphis was already having a lot of crimes.
Yeah.
And then they signed into law, everybody can open carry.
Well, every 21 more states doing this, 21 more states. And what happens is shootings go up first, real quick, but they go right back down real quick, and they go down further than they ever been. And the crime goes down almost 20%, all of them. So this might be a remedy. It might just be a remedy. The sheep ain't all sheep now. The wolf can come, but we don't know who got teeth now.
True.
So it's a good and a bad to it,
I would tell anybody who's gonna decide to carry, just because someone upset you, cut you off, please do not pull your gun. Do not pull your gun. That will get you in trouble. And it also it could cost you your life. What if it's going to prison or being killed? So please do not do it. Have enough strength to keep your attitude in check, because if not, it can be a bigger problem.
That's a huge ego boost right there, boy. Having that on your hip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge. There's a lot of cowards out there going to be emboldened now.
Just hoping somebody say something wrong to them or look at them wrong.
Yeah.
And when it happens, it's gonna once you pull that trigger, you can't stop that bullet. It's no stopping to it. It's gonna go.
And once you pull it, you can lose your life. Or somebody standing on the corner, they don't know what's going on. They see somebody pull out a gun, they think it's not a mass shooting. They can pop you because you pull out your gun from anywhere, just anybody.
Exactly.
It's crazy, man. Thanks. Well, brother, I'm gonna let you go, man. I enjoy your show. I'll be listening to you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, I appreciate it, Melvin. Thank you, Melvin from
All
East Dallas. Thank you for calling in. Much love.
All right,
Peace. Man, that was Melvin from East Dallas, and then who was the other one? Peter. Sound like he was drunk. Talking about getting ready for Friday. I didn't understand what he was saying. Sound like he was kind of low in the bottle a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, so tonight we're talking about Greg Abbott testing positive for COVID-19. But I also ran across another story, which is very interesting. New Zealand into nationwide lockdown after detecting the first local COVID case in 6 months. They shut it down. New Zealand shut everything down after one person tested positive after 6 months. They shut it down. Do you think U.S. need to follow suit? Do you think that's something we need to look into? Because New Zealand was one of those countries that was hit pretty hard. But as soon as they got their positive test, the prime minister said, no, shut it down. We on lockdown, not taking a chance, not gambling with people's life. And that's the problem that a lot of our leaders are doing. They playing Russian roulette with our life because they want to reopen everything. Don't want to put a mask mandate. Now, don't forget last year, Greg Abbott, when little Becky went against him last year, and she violated the mask mandate, he changed the orders to benefit her. He changed the order to benefit her. But then all these people that is going against him now encouraging him not to have his mask mandate, he's not budging. So hopefully after today, he will reconsider. He will reconsider, hey, maybe we do need to wear a mask. But then he's going to piss somebody off, either the ones and most likely the ones that's supporting him. Matter of fact, they should be pissed off for the simple fact they went to this standing room only last night in Collin County. This rally for him, standing room only, and turned around, he's positive. They should be pissed off that he was even there, because each one of their life is in danger. What if any of them caught it? But Greg don't care. Long as he get their vote and their money. So T-Cal says so true to I don't blame them. Shut it down. I don't blame New Zealand either. One case, Prime Minister said, nope, lock it down. Lock it down, because they was hit very hard when the virus first started. And the Prime Minister said, no, shut it down. We don't care. Shut it down. Do you think the governor, do you think U.S. need to do the same thing? Because it's going to go up. Kids just not getting back in school. Matter of fact, I think I talked about it or I forgot to talk about it last week. A parent, knowing that her child was positive, and I believe it was in Vegas, sent their child to school knowing they was positive. And I believe they're talking about filing charges against that parent. That's what they need to start doing because I know here in Texas, um, it been several centers shut down because the parent know the child been exposed, but they still send them to school and not waiting for the results of the test. So you putting all those other kids in danger, and you also putting the staff in danger. And then you don't say nothing for a couple of days, and all these people been around your kids, they go back home to their family, and now their family is affected. So do you think charges should start coming from those parents that does stupid stuff like this? Excuse me. But that's I knew it was coming. Only thing I can tell you is protect yourself. Do what you feel that is best for you and your family. Protect yourself because all the ones been leaving comments all week talking about the mask don't protect you and all of this. Shut up. Find do something different. Do something different for the simple fact that you don't understand. I understand that I personally understand that you probably feel like Trump is coming back as president, but he's not. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what Peter was leading to, but I don't know. Peter seemed like he was a little bit low in the baller. But I wasn't finna play around with Peter though. Peter, call us when you get sober and we can holler at you. Um, but other than that, it's please protect yourself. This virus is not slowing down for nobody. I believe in Florida, um, um, 5,000 kids have been affected out there in Florida at a school, and that's another issue. How can you have that many kids getting affected, but you do not want to have a mask mandate? I don't know who's behind the governor of Florida, but maybe y'all need to look at trying to impeach him too. I know Greg, we don't have nobody good behind him. That'd be a waste of time and money because we have some clowns that will take over behind him that is just waiting on the back burner. Matter of fact, they probably taking bids right now and hoping he can't come back. That's how shady they are. Uh, talking about I'll pay $1 million for anybody who find fraud done during the election. And then we have that gangster Ken, allegedly gangster Ken Patson, who had criminal charges hanging over his head. So yeah, and then who is that? The second lieutenant. He said some crazy stuff during the Olympics. So why would we want him to take over? I just hope everybody get out and vote next year and vote all their asses out, including Sid Miller. Get him out too. Don't forget the Board of Education is up for re-election next year also. For the simple fact, they don't want to teach the real history of America in school, according to Greg according to uh, Greg Abbott, they don't want them to do that. Welcome to the show, Bigger in Texas. That's your choice. That's your choice. You vote for whoever you want to vote for. Um, that's truly your choice. But as long as you get out and vote, that's what's important to me. Get out and vote. But you can vote for whoever. I don't care. But let your voice be heard. Not saying he's gonna win, and I'm not rooting for him. So, um, but I'm glad you're doing good tonight. I'm glad you're still coming back. Yeah, I thought I ran you off the first night, but you said at the end of the show you kind of like me, so that's good. But continue to come back. Continue to support the page and tell other people about the page also, and subscribe. I believe you have. If you haven't, take the time and subscribe and click the notification for you can always come in. But um, it doesn't make a difference who you vote for. Just vote smart. Vote smart. I personally, Alan West have said and done some things. I wouldn't vote for him. That's just me. I just wouldn't. And um, and Greg Abbott, I never voted for him, and so that won't work either. But definitely, long as you can vote for whoever you want to, just let your voice be heard. That's that's all I ask. But hopefully, if Alan West feel like it, tell him come on here and tell us what he stand for. Tell him do that. Um, oh, okay. Said we're always picking the lesser of two evil. He is my lesser. Um, well, I feel you on that. Sometimes that's what you have to do because we see where Greg Abbott have us at today. Next year is no telling where he will have us at then. So you have to pick which one you feel that is best for you to represent you. Greg Abbott, I feel like he's not good enough to represent no one, including himself, because that man had lost his mind, everlasting mind. Trump, I don't know what he whispered in his ear, but he definitely had lost his mind, and it's time for him to go. That's the way I see it. It's time for him to go. He need to go on up out of here. So, but definitely, I'm glad you came back to the show. It's I didn't get a chance to do it tonight, but if you are in the Metroplex, please um, listen to the show. I think I'm gonna try to have it set up for Thursday, um, but listen to the show because we might be doing something special Thursday. I just need to get it confirmed. I didn't get a chance to do it before I came on the show. I probably can do it while I'm on the show. Um, no, I prefer to do it later. So I would definitely find out. And but if you are here locally in Texas, definitely if you if um, if I've talked about this many of times, Sean Martin Go-Go Party. Well, it's his birthday coming up. He always have one. So definitely be looking out for the details with that. If you've never been to one of his go-go party, I'm gonna just tell you, you missed out. But you can always catch him though. So of course you need to have your mask on, but also um, if you follow him on social media, you'll see it on there. So definitely do it. And um, so I definitely want to kind of do something different. So Thursday night, I would definitely have more information on that, and we could go from there. So, but I have a early, early, early morning in the morning. So we're gonna get off here tonight kind of early, but tomorrow night we will have more details, and hopefully Greg Abbott have came up with some more stuff about it. And also, um, real quick, I'm gonna see if I can play this sound bite that he actually came up with. Oh, and another thing, there's 5 states that have broken their record for COVID-19. 5 states. So, if of course we know Florida is the main one, but also Louisiana, Hawaii, Oregon, and Mississippi have all shattered their previous record for their 7-day average of new cases per day as of Sunday. People, protect yourself. That's all I could ask you to do. I'm not going to tell you wear a mask. Do what you have to do. Do what you feel that's best for you and your family. And for the ones that keep leaving the messages, do you. Do you. I'm sure you probably leave a message later on, but do you. That's the response I gave you this morning or last night, whenever it was that you decided to leave that other message. Do what's best, what you feel that is best for you and your family. That's all I can tell you to do. But don't get upset at somebody because they choose to wear a mask to protect them. Don't get upset. There's no reason to get upset. Uh, bigger in Texas. I'm starting to like it. You kind of remind me of radio a little bit. That's all I ask. Do you? Do you? Because at this point, there's no reason to argue and go. I almost said it so. Going back and forth with folks, talking about wearing a mask. You know what you're gonna do. And I have another question to ask. I said I was going to get off here, but the questions keep coming up. Now, Greg Abbott, this whole time. Now, I personally have not heard him talk about the vaccine, saying that he actually received it. But now, in his video, or even in the when the news came out, they made a point to let you know he was already fully vaccinated, but he still caught it. But that goes to the point of what we've said all along. Most of these elected officials that are anti-mask or anti-vax, they don't tell you they already been vaccinated. They want you to assume they've not. But when it's all said and done, yes, they have been vaccinated. And not only that, they're also um, they have much better treatment than you do. They're gonna have some real good treatment. I mentioned that earlier. I did mention that earlier. He actually had a booster too. 3 shots for him. This is the first time I've heard that he actually been vaccinated. So the whole time he been doing like Trump. That's why I don't trust him. He's not a good leader. I feel like he never was a good leader. So with him, I'm like, hell, it's time for him to go. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can play this sound bite that he put out earlier. Um, hold on.
continues to test negative.
Hold up.
Hi, this is Governor Greg Abbott. As you may have heard by now, I have tested positive for COVID-19. I test myself every day, and today is the first day that I tested positive. The good news is that my wife continues to test negative. Also want you to know that I have received the COVID-19 vaccine, and that may be one reason why I'm really not feeling any symptoms right now. I have no fever, no aches and pains, no other types of symptoms. Also, I want to express my gratitude for everybody across the entire country that has been sending in their well wishes. Similarly, I want to send well wishes myself to everybody across the country, and especially here in Texas, for everybody else who is going through the challenge of having COVID. I want you to know that as I work my way through this, I will stay engaged every single day on everything happening in the Texas Capitol, including working with the members of the legislature as well as the members across the entire state to keep Texas the best state in the United States. God bless you all, and God bless Texas.
See, I have issue when people say God bless a certain area. God just don't bless Texas. God bless us all. So, um, but for him to announce, now he didn't say he had the booster, but the reports are saying that he did have a booster because I've read that myself on several outlets that he also had the booster. And still, he's trying to make it seem like it's not that bad. As Trump would say, it's just like having the flu. No, it's not. No, it's not. People are dying. A lot of people have lost their life. But you are in a position that you're supposed to be an example, and you're not one. You're definitely not one. It's time for you to step down and go on. That's why next year you're losing your job. You, Dan Patrick, Ken Paxson, if Ken not in jail, Sid Miller, Board of Education. It's time to make a change. It's time to make a change, not just in Texas, but I hope Florida is pissed off enough to vote that governor out. Now, it's been rumored that between Ted and DeSanto, they're both trying to run for president. And do you want a president like that? We seen how this fool ran the country. This is the main reason why we're still dealing with this virus. Because as soon as he got in office, he got on that toilet, started tweeting, and fired the team that was in place to help prevent a pandemic. This is who you should be blaming. And then for these other leaders to stand behind this fool and make it seem like it's not that bad. No. Go down to the hospital. Go up on COVID ward. Talk to families that have lost their loved ones. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And they try to make it seem like it's not that bad. But it's bad. So my whole thing is, do what you have to do to protect yourself. If you feel like wearing a mask ain't gonna protect you, that's your choice. But if you go into somebody's business, into somebody's home that asks you to wear a mask, don't get pissed off at them. Follow their rules. If you coming up talking to somebody, they don't want you all up on them, follow their rules. Like I said, I've gone to my doctor and he said many a time, "Oh, you don't have to have your mask on in my office." Yes, I do. I'm not falling for the okie doke. But then he had a change of heart and he was like, man, people got to start um, wearing a mask more. All these people are dying. So, yeah, we used to just call that respect. Yeah. But one person changed that. That one person brought out um, a group of folks to show their true feelings and call themselves patriots. You're not no patriot. You attacked America. Try to overthrow our government. No, enough is enough. Do you protect yourself, protect the people around you. Um, and shout out to uh, Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins. He did tweet. Um, he said, and I want to see if I can find it. He did say the virus is the enemy, and and he did wish that Greg Abbott get better. So, but he did say the virus is the enemy. Yes, it is. I agree with him. It is. That's why we need to work together to help get rid of it. Whatever we need to do to get this virus gone, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Come together as American, as people all across this world, and follow the rules to try to get rid of this. Some of us may not make it to the end. We may not see when this virus is over because this virus do not discriminate. It don't care who you are, who you represent, or anything. It don't discriminate. So, want to thank everyone that called in, Melvin, um, Peter. Um, um, I think we had another call, but Peter, Melvin, and also everyone that been in the chat, T Cal, Bigger in Texas, Marcellus, all aboard, um, LAL, um, uh, can't remember if I met Marcellus Smith, can't forget about him. If I miss anybody else, please charge it to my mind, not my heart. But I appreciate everyone that comes to support the show. Please continue to share the videos, invite other people to come in. And this is a show for everyone. We don't care who you represent, what party you represent. Um, we don't care about what color you are or any of that. Only thing we want to do is bring people together, bring us together. We're all in this fight together. Um, that's all to it. We're in this fight together. We are at war against this virus. It's going to take every last one of us to come together and beat this war. Until tomorrow night, I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you. Stay safe. Until then, peace.